have my number, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Today, in the latest installment, Skyfall, Andrea Jackson and our lit chick, Christian Harmel, have a little present for you, ladies.
Skyfall, the latest film in the 50-year-old James Bond franchise, is making waves in theaters, and this fall is the 50th anniversary of the release of Dr. No, the very first James Bond film. So there is no better time to follow in the footsteps of Bond. Our travel expert novelist Kristen Harmel is here to help us follow in Bond's footsteps. Welcome, Kristen.
Thanks for having me.
So where do we start? How do we follow in Bond's footsteps?
Well, I think the first step would be sleeping where Bond sleeps and showering where Bond showers.
I like it already.
In Skyfall, several of the scenes are actually shot in the Four Seasons Canary Wharf in London. So that's a great place to stay if you actually want to stay in a filming location. If you want to be more centrally located, the Mayfair is a great choice, or the Radisson Blu Edwardian. They're right in the center of London.
Okay, what about the tour? Where does the tour go and what do you see?
So there's a great tour you can take if you actually want a tour guide to bring you around in Bond's footsteps. It's actually led by a guy named Akin Ghazi, who's one of the stars of the movie The Devil's Double. So you're actually being led around by a movie star, which is very cool.
His real name sounds like a James Bond character.
It totally
name.
does,
Yeah.
yes. He takes you to places like the headquarters of MI5 and MI6, Buckingham Palace. You can see the O2. You can actually climb to the top of the O2 Arena, which was featured in one of the James Bond movies.
Wow.
It's very cool. And there are some iconic London locations he'll take you to as well. One of the really cool James Bond shots is kind of right under the London Eye with Big Ben in the background and the Houses of Parliament. And you can also go out to Greenwich, which is just a cool trip in and of itself. But there's a place called the Painted Hall there, which was a location for one of the spots in Skyfall.
Painted Hall.
Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So,
what about locations outside of London?
outside of London, I would first of all head to the Cotswolds. First of all, it's just a very British, you'll just really have the sense that you're in the real England, if that makes sense. And Bond is nothing if not completely British, you know? So there are several filming locations there, including Little Rissington Airfield, which is an interesting place to see. We'll have a lot of information on the website about this, of course. But you can also stay in a place called the Ellenborough Park Hotel, which is a spa. It's very luxurious, but it has a long history of sort of scandal and deceit and things like that, which to me seems like a very, you know, luxurious but hidden mysteries and hidden secrets. Very Bond-like, I think.
Scandalous and spa.
It's amazing.
I love
yes.
the way those two go together.
And it's in the area where the director of Skyfall, Sam Mendes, lives. So you can go to the Feathered Nest Pub, which is one of his favorite places, and actually the pub of the year for Britain, which is very cool.
Really?
The Cotswolds are just amazing. It's such a cool place to visit. I would also recommend going to a place called Bewley, which has the Bond in Motion exhibit. It's 50 cars from 50 years of Bond. So you can see all sorts of iconic vehicles from the Bond films, including lots of his Aston Martins, which is awesome.
Let me ask you about the Thames River. Something special happening on the river?
Oh, yeah, actually, that's a really good question. You can also take a high-speed boat chase down the Thames River. So it's not part of the actual tour, but it's a very cool thing to do, very London.
Kristen, thank you for more information and tips on places to eat and stay. Just visit our website.